welcome back to my channel, Melanated Beauty. Today's video, we're going thrift shopping for a few thrift flip DIYs. I've just been inspired lately with fall being around the corner, and I'd like to just create a few DIYs to freshen up the space. So right now I'm in the Candlestick section, and I love this section because it always has, you know, really cute gems like this one. And you could usually find a lot of vintage brass candlestick holders. I like this picture frame, but it's a little bit too small for me to use. I'm definitely liking these gold trim plates. Yes, I never skip out on the tableware and glass section because you never know what you can find. I stumbled across these mid-century style lamps that I just really liked, but $8 each, and I don't really need lamps. So now I'm in the wooden section and the basket section. Not really anything this Goodwill has today, but I am going to find something to recreate and turn into something amazing. First up, I'm going to be using this basket that I found. I think it was just $3. And I actually saw this idea from a basket I saw in Marshall's. It was like a Sherpa basket with leather pull handles. Unfortunately, I don't have any leather material laying around. So for now, I'm just going to wrap this basket in some leftover Sherpa fabric that I have. And I'm going to leave the handles exposed until I can find leather pulls to wrap around that. So I'm just starting by, you know, cutting a piece that fits the basket and using my hot glue gun to glue the Sherpa around the perimeter of the basket. I'm not going to do the inner lining. I want to keep that, you know, the basket material so it doesn't get dirty and linty. And there is the finished look. That was very simple, quick, and easy to do. And it's like a little perfect basket ready for fall. And for now, I'm just going to style it as Cleo's cat basket. Next project, I'm going to be using this wooden crate of some sort. I'm still unaware of what it is, but I found this for $4 and I thought I could turn this into a magazine holder, but I wanted to add some type of leather pulls to it to give it a little accent. So I also found a leather belt for $3 in the men's section, and I'm just measuring out 4 even pieces to go on all sides, and I'm just gonna cut them all evenly at the same length. And I'm going to use hot glue and E6000 glue to secure it to each side. Now, it would have been great if I had some clamps on hand at the time, but I did not, just to keep it in place. So you do have to hold it for a little bit just to make sure that is adhered really well and it doesn't like pop back up. And once it is, I just continue gluing it down on all pieces of the wood until it is secure. And because I'm turning this into a magazine holder, I'm going to have to patch up one of the ends so they don't fall out. So there's a gap right here that I'm going to have to cover up with another piece of wood. I don't have any scrap wood right now, so I do, however, have a broken ruler that I've been keeping around for some reason. I'm going to spray paint this black off camera and then hot glue it to the bottom so that way I have a complete piece. And I wanted to add a bit more detail, so I did go ahead and add a magazine label to the front of this magazine holder. And I think it just gave the perfect touch. I created this with my Cricut machine. I will show you all how I created this label and many other DIYs in my next video, so please stay tuned for that. I'm so pleased with how this DIY turned out, and here are the finished results. Next DIY, I'm going to be transforming these wooden candlestick holders that you saw in the beginning of the video. I had definitely had to get these. They were raw and just perfect for a project. So I'm going to start by staining these with a golden pecan stain just to give them a little bit of warmth. This color is definitely perfect for the fall versus the raw natural wood color. Completely dry, I'm going to be using some white chalk markers that I found at Target and Michael's, and I'm going to just create some random tribal designs with some dots and lines and just any type of design that comes to mind. And I'm just going to do that from the top to the bottom for each candlestick holder. Going to create like a little flower. So these are to be very boho chic candlestick holders, so you can really get creative with these and create any type of design you'd like. Here is the first finished look of one of them, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the others. And once they're complete, you have the option to coat them with a clear coat of polyurethane or polyacrylic, or spray paint them a matte finish to protect them, but I left them as is, and here are the finished results. And last DIY, but definitely not least, I found this canvas pillow for $3. It was just perfect blank canvas pillow to recreate a design with. So another boho look, I'm going to be using some rope, some twine, and some wooden beads. And this rope you can actually find at the Dollar Tree. It's the exact kind, but I have this from an Amazon purchase. And I'm just going to start by measuring out the width of the pillow and give it a snip on the rope, making sure to leave some extension on each side because I am going to be creating little tassels on each end of this rope. And I'm going to unravel it, so then I have 3 separate strands. And then I'm going to use separate twine to tie off some tassels on each end. So first I'm tying one end, and then I'm going to give it a little trim and begin to braid my rope. So I have a flat braid that's going to be easy to apply to the pillow. And once I get to the end, I'm going to create another tassel to tie off the end of this braid and trim it up, and there we have it. Put that to a side. I'm going to unravel another piece of rope, and I'm going to use these strands to create like a fringe on the pillow. Now these are beads that I already have strand on a piece of string from a previous project. You're going to want to strand some beads on a piece of string first before you begin the next step. So go ahead, do that, pause the video, and then come back. So right now I'm just separating because I'm going to add some strands of the yarn or twine between 2 sets of beads, so to create like little fringe moment for the pillow. And this is very simple knot that you just loop under the twine. Then you take the 2 loose ends, pull it through the loop, and pull it taut, and there you have your first knot. And this is going to be the end where the beads won't be able to fall off. And then you're going to repeat the process between each bead, or for my pillow I'm going to be using between every 2 beads because the pillow is a little bit large. So I'm going to try to space out the fringe. I do believe if you put a fringe piece before each bead, that would be the best. It'd be nice and full. And here's the finished piece with all of the strands connected between the beads. And just to add a little bit more detail, I have this random tassel that I'm just going to add to the middle of this piece of fringe. Now we're good to go, and we can start applying our pieces to the pillow. Now you have the option to sew this down and secure it, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just making a decorative pillow. I'm not going to be really using it, so I'm going to use some really strong hot glue. So first I'm going to attach both pieces together with the extension twine that's hanging there. I'm just going to tie it in a double knot around the braided rope strand. Now I can begin hot gluing this directly to the canvas material. Hold it, press it, make sure it's secure, and then just continue the process. And now I'm going to give this a little bit of a trim, haircut, and I'm going to try to cut it in a diamond pointy effect. You could cut it flat, leave it long, or your choice. I'm going to brush it all out and give it a nice final trim again. And this turned out so beautiful. I absolutely love this boho pillow. Here's the final look.